2020 for 25 NBA season fantasy basketball rankings. Center draft tiers with the 2020 for 25 NBA season just around the corner. I'm excited to share my latest fantasy basketball rankings. Alongside my recent points and category rankings, it's time to break down the tiers by position. I've already covered point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and power forwards earlier this week, and today, I'll wrap up the series with the centers. Tier 1, the elite centers. 1. Victor Wembanyama, San Antonio Spurs. 2. Nikola Jokić, Denver Nuggets. Victor Wembanyama stands out as my top pick in any format, boasting the potential to be a three-point shooting version of David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon, a true fantasy basketball game changer. Choosing Nikola Jokić as your first overall pick is also a solid move. As a three-time MVP, he's consistently finished in the top 3 for points and 9 category leagues over the past 4 years. Tier 2, top 5 worthy centers. 1. Joel Embiid, Philadelphia 76ers. 2. Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers. Joel Embiid ranks among the top fantasy basketball players on a per-game basis, but his injury history makes him a risky choice. While he's dropping in draft rankings, his production justifies a selection between 5th and 7th overall. Anthony Davis has a slight advantage in average draft position, coming in 7th compared to Embiid's 8th. This makes sense given his lower injury risk and the Lakers' heavy reliance on him once more. Davis contributes across nearly all categories and is expected to be one of the leading scorers in points leagues as well. Nikola Vučević is clearly on the decline, but he remains a reliable 17 and 10 double-double option and can hit a three-pointer or two along with a few assists. His early 5th round average draft position feels a bit steep, but I'd consider it if I can grab him toward the end of the round. Tier 3, versatile centers. 1. Domantas Sabonis, Sacramento Kings. 2. Alperen, Houston Rockets. 3. Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat. Domantas Sabonis topped the NBA last season in both triple-doubles and double-doubles. While he won't provide much in terms of three-pointers, stocks, or free throw percentage, he excels in nearly every other category. Alperen is a strong choice in the early to mid-third round. He's one of only 6 players to average at least 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists last season. Bam Adebayo is another reliable option for the 3rd round. While some might expect more defensive stats from a consistent all-defensive team member, his contributions in scoring, rebounds, and assists make him a dependable performer in fantasy leagues. Tier 4, early to mid-round centers. 1. Myles Turner, Indiana Pacers. 2. Jalen Duren, Detroit Pistons. 3. Jarrett Allen, Cleveland Cavaliers. 4. Deandre Ayton, Portland Trail Blazers. 5. Rudy Gobert, Minnesota Timberwolves. 6. Nikola Vučević, Chicago Bulls. Jalen Duren was one of my favorites last season, and I'm sticking with him. The Philadelphia native made impressive strides in his 2nd year, boosting his free throw percentage to 79% while ranking among the league's best in rebounds and double-doubles. At just 20 years old, he's set to thrive with a stronger Pistons roster. I'm not high on Deandre Ayton this year, but if you're in need of a big man in the 6th round, he's a solid choice. The Blazers' decision to use their 7th overall pick on Donovan Clingan sends a concerning message, especially since Portland is projected to struggle this season. Nikola Vučević is clearly on the decline, but he remains a reliable 17 and 10 double-double option and can hit a three-pointer or two along with a few assists. His early 5th round average draft position feels a bit steep, but I'd consider it if I can grab him toward the end of the round. Tier 5, mix of high floor and upside centers. 1. Nick Claxton, Brooklyn Nets. 2. Mark Williams, Charlotte Hornets. 3. Isaiah Hartenstein, Oklahoma City Thunder. 4. Jusuf Nurkić, Phoenix Suns. 5. Jakob Poeltl, Toronto Raptors. 6. Jonas Valanciunas, Washington Wizards. 7. Ivica Zubac, Los Angeles Clippers. I'm a fan of Nick Claxton and curious about how he can elevate his fantasy game. We know he excels in blocks and boasts a high field goal percentage, but his 30 double-doubles in 71 games suggest there's room for improvement. With the Nets entering a rebuilding phase, averaging 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 14 points per game seems quite feasible. Fantasy managers still feel the sting from Mark Williams' lost 2023-2024 season, but he's reportedly healthy and ready to shine. I actually prefer Williams over Claxton because he plays alongside a more capable point guard, which should enhance his role as a lob threat and finisher around the rim. Isaiah Hartenstein has positioned himself well, potentially earning a starting center role on one of the league's top teams. He brings valuable rebounding and rim protection to the Thunder, and he's an underrated playmaker in the post. His late 7th-round average draft position could turn out to be a steal. The Clippers lack a strong post presence, so Ivica Zubac, typically going around pick 100, offers solid value in this tier. Last year, he averaged a career-high 11.7 points, 9 point-to rebounds, and 1 point to blocks per game. Tier 6, late-round veteran centers. 1. Kristaps Porzingis, Boston Celtics. 2. Brook Lopez, Milwaukee Bucks. 3. John Collins, Utah Jazz. 4. Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors. 5. Clint Capella, Atlanta Hawks. 6. Al Horford, Boston Celtics. 7. Mitchell Robinson, New York Knicks. The Celtics haven't announced a return date for Kristaps Porzingis, and they likely won't rush it. Fresh off a championship, they'll want him fully healthy before returning. Given the projected recovery timeline of 5 to 6 months, he's likely out until at least December, so I'd feel more comfortable drafting him in the 9th round rather than his current 8th round ADP. Brook Lopez may be on the decline, but he still offers value as a specialist in three-pointers and blocks. Just don't expect much beyond those categories. John Collins had a solid bounce-back year with the Utah Jazz, proving to be an underrated fantasy asset. While there's a chance he could be traded, his role as a starter makes him a good option in the later rounds, especially considering his efficiency and versatility. Draymond Green had a tumultuous season last year, and I don't expect him to experience that again. I like his value at his 9th round ADP, as his strengths lie in rebounds, assists, and defensive stats. Every season, there's speculation about Clint Capella's trade status, yet he consistently starts and puts up a double-double with a block per game. His lower ADP in the 8th round reflects the competition from Onyeka Okongwu for minutes, but he still holds significant value. Tier 7, youngish centers with potential. 1. Walker Kessler, Utah Jazz. 2. Derek Lively. 2. Dallas Mavericks. 3. Onyeka Okongwu, Atlanta Hawks. 4. Wendell Carter Jr., Orlando Magic. 5. Daniel Gafford, Dallas Mavericks. 6. Trace Jackson Davis, Golden State Warriors. 7. Zach Edey, Memphis Grizzlies. Derek Lively is currently in a timeshare, but I believe he'll come out on top. The second-year big man has more offensive talent than Daniel Gafford and is comparable defensively. Plus, playing alongside Luka Doncic means he'll benefit from easy looks at the rim. Trace Jackson Davis is a center I'm targeting in the later rounds due to his shot-blocking potential. Kevin Looney struggled last season, and Steve Kerr is finally leaning into the Warriors' youth movement. Zach Edey is my top-ranked rookie this season. He's set to start and has the size and skill to generate fantasy points even in limited minutes. As a 10th round pick, he's all about rebounds, blocks, and field goal percentage, making him a solid choice for the 9th overall pick in the 2024 draft. Tier 8, watchlist backup centers. 1. Andre Drummond, Philadelphia 76ers. 2. Kelly Olynyk, Toronto Raptors. 3. Carlo Markovic, New Orleans Pelicans. 4. Jalen Smith, Chicago Bulls. 5. Kelly Ware, Miami Heat. 6. Donovan Clingan, Portland Trail Blazers. Grab Andre Drummond as a safety net for Joel Embiid. He's still a strong rebounder and can provide valuable counting stats during any time Embiid is sidelined. Karlo Matkovic is my top deep sleeper. The Croatian rookie shown at the Vegas Summer League, displaying a mix of athleticism, defense, and shooting that pairs well with a paint-dominant player like Zion Williamson. Although he's currently competing with Daniel Vise, I see Matkovic becoming the primary option for the Pelicans at center in due time. Tier 9, waiver-wire centers. 1. Moritz Wagner, Orlando Magic. 2. Daniel Vise, New Orleans Pelicans. 3. Isaiah Stewart, Detroit Pistons. 4. Zach Collins, San Antonio Spurs.